Hey guys, it's Mike Man WBA here, back again with another episode of the Brexit FC save, and we are where we left off, ready for our first match of the season against Exeter City. I believe it's Exeter City, yeah, Exeter City. If you missed the first episode, or episode 0, which was just the introduction to the save, showing you the squad and basically telling you the aims for the save going into the future, then go back and watch that one. It will be linked in the description below. But if you have seen that, or if you've just gone off and seen it and come back, let's get straight into this episode and this match, where we will be kicking off the season with a 4-3-3 formation, with our goalkeeper Lewis Price, the veteran Stephen Kelly at right back, Rosean Williams at centre back, Ryan Tafazoli partnering him, Craig Forsyth as the other fullback, both fullbacks on support. Forsyth struggling a bit with his match sharpness, who might be subbed off later on into the match, replaced with Miles Kenlock, who's on the bench. Our midfield three is Danny Guthrie and Ed Upson on either side as the deep line playmakers, with Max Power as the box-to-box midfielder in between, looking to get back to help the defence while bombing forward to help with our attacks. Our right winger is Hakib Adelakan, our left winger is Rob Hall, both supporting wingers, and our lone striker is Caelan Lavery, whose name will probably be said different every time that I try and say it. But for now, we're going to start with that. We have our 5 substitutes out of 7 on the bench because we don't have enough players in the squad yet. But let's get straight into the match. We have to give quite a lot of numbers. So Tafazoli and Rosean Williams will be the 2 defenders. Nyatanga there. Forsyth 14. Hakib can have number 11. Latif can have number 18. And considering the number 13 is gone, Caelan Lavery can have the number 10. So, as the teams warm up, we will be playing this match in 3D. If anyone has any comments on that, if you don't like the 3D, if you'd prefer 2D, let me know in the comments. Either way, if you do like the 3D, let me know that as well. But as we see, they have a new right back and a new centre midfielder in Haram Boateng, who the former Crystal Palace player. We've got Ruben Reid up front, formerly of West Brom and a few other teams. Not many other people there that I recognise, to be honest. But I think we probably have the advantage going into this one. I'm going to tell the team that we should be winning. We're going to set just some auto, just some assistant opposition instructions, and we'll get straight into the game. And we'll just quickly set that to key highlights. Change the camera if it'll let me, which it's not. We'll just change the speed up a little bit as well. There we go, now I can change the camera. We're going to go for the sideline cam. And just going to drop the height a little bit. And we'll play it on this. And I'll talk to you guys when a highlight occurs. So, we're 15 minutes in, almost at 20 minutes in at the moment, and I'm just going to change a little bit. We are currently rocking no instructions at the minute, but we're going to change our team shape to fluid. We're going to play wide. We're going to close down a bit more. We're going to have a slightly higher defensive line, and we're going to try and exploit the flanks. And we'll also look for the overlap, as we have our fullbacks on support, so they will be trying to get up. Also, we'll do some shorter passing. So we'll just rock a couple of instructions. We'll stay on standard for now. We'll see how we're doing in a bit. But it seems like not a lot has happened so far. Oh, so we have our first highlight. We have a free kick on the edge of the area, put in by Upson. That was cleared away. Guthrie's got it now. Plays it back in towards Lavery. He plays it back to Guthrie. Power now in the middle. Playing from the back Kelly up to Hakeem Adelakun into the box, and Rob Hall with the header at the far post, getting our first goal for the season. Brexit FC's first ever league goal comes from our left winger. Our first shot on target as well. Hakeem from the byline crosses it into the back post, and Hall gets in behind his man to head in at the back post. So we'll look to try and keep this lead going, as again the half just sort of dwindles away with no real highlights. As we just get towards half time here, we have a little highlight before half time. As Roshawn Williams just headers over the bar, and I think that will probably be half time here. And yeah, there it is. So not the most exciting match so far, but we are slightly on top. Roshawn Williams getting a possession back for us a lot. We're doing well moving into the attacking third from left hand side positions, which was weird because our goal came from the right hand side. And our other centre back worryingly has lost possession more than anyone else on the team. So we're just going to go into the team talk. Bit of an awkward silence, but we're going to passionately say we have played well so far, but there's room for improvement. No reaction to that, but we won't do anything else. So we'll have a quick look at the team here. I think we're going to move from standard up to control, and for now at least we'll just carry on with what we have. I'll be looking to maybe bring off Forsyth, considering he was low on sharpness and he has that yellow card. Also Lavery, our striker. I would replace Danny Guthrie, but like I said, we don't have any backup centre midfielders really to bring on, and we would have to play someone out of position. But we have another highlight here in the 56th minute as Power looks to bring us forward, plays it back to Kelly, who plays into Upson. A lot of short little passing, that's what I like to see, especially from a team in the lower divisions, as Power then plays it up to Hall. Can he get a ball in? He can, to the back post. Couldn't quite repay Adelakun for his goal in the first half. But we have a chance again with up to Lavery, and what a save by Pym in the Exeter City goal. That long ball up played well for us there, and that's a poor corner there by I think that was Hall took that corner. And I think on 60 minutes we're going to take this opportunity to make a substitution, and Craig Forsyth is going to come off for Miles Kenlock, playing the same role that Forsyth was. And we'll leave it for that for now as we get back into it. So 30 minutes left. We have been on top, but that could change at any point as a corner comes in for Exeter. Great save initially by Lewis Price, but the right back Cedric Hengbart bangs it in on his debut to equalise for Exeter, and that's not what we wanted to see. We just couldn't clear the ball down to James headed it down. Hengbart on the volley. Great save by Price to stop the initial shot, but unfortunately comes back to him, and he makes no mistake with that one. So we're just going to do a little team talk, telling the team to push forwards into the last 20 minutes, see if we can grab that last, we'll say the next goal, and hopefully pick up the win. And we'll go a bit more attacking as well in that push for that goal. Okay, now with 10 minutes left, I think it's time for another change. Matty Fryatt, the veteran of Leicester, comes on to replace Lavery, and there's not really any other substitutions we can make, so let's see what we can do from this. With 10 minutes left, they do have a free kick. It's played short to Holmes. He blasts it, closer than I would have liked from Holmes there, but we survive that one, and we have just under 10 minutes left to try and grab the second goal and the winner in this match. As we get to the end though, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm going to go on to overload, but it's probably too late, as Roshawn Williams picks up an injury, does have to go off. This is not great. Luckily we have Nightanger on the bench and didn't make that extra substitution. But on Nightanger comes for the last minute as we finish the game with a nil, not a 0-0, a 1-1 draw. Ruben Reid offside there massively. And that is full time by the looks of it. As soon as this kick's taken, yeah, full time, didn't even get to take the kick. 1-1 draw with Exeter. Not the result we were hoping for, but one that I will take in our first game of the season. We have a team that has not gelled at all yet. They are very new to each other. Some of these guys came in like a day or two before this match, so I'm not too bothered about that. And Exeter, they're predicted to finish mid-table. We are predicted to win the league due to our finances, but will be a struggle at first. And Exeter, a mid-table team, aren't a bad team to be drawing with. As we take a quick look here, we see Sean Williams going to be out with a concussion for 2 to 3 weeks. Not great, but we do have a backup in Nyatanga, and also unfortunately Ed Upson out, but only for 4 to 5 days, so he might be back for the next game, which is in a week. He might be a bit of a concern though, so we will look to well, we need to bring in some centre midfielders anyway, and we will look to bring in some maybe someone who's already ready for the first team place that can slot in his spot. But that's all for this part, but I will see you guys in a minute, because we are going to be playing the rest of the transfer window before, and I will bring you any highlights that occur through our dealings. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back here near the end of the transfer window. As you can see from down here, we have made a couple more signings. We've got Adam Henley in on a free transfer fullback, Welsh, couple of caps for Wales, used to play for Blackburn. We've picked him up as cover for Stephen Kelly, although he is actually on a similar calibre and might actually find himself starting towards the end of the season. We have Scott McTominay on loan for Manchester United as a sort of first team / rotation choice in the centre of midfield, trying to train him to play the deep lying playmaker role that we have on either side of our midfield. We've also picked up another centre mid in Stephen Gleeson from Birmingham for £475,000. He will be playing as the deep lying playmaker as well, just as he's probably our first choice now over Danny Guthrie, who we had there to begin with. We've also got Sean Goss in on loan as a cover option for the same position, although he can also drop down into centre defensive mid if we change our formation up. And finally, we've got Ryan Hedges on loan because we didn't have any backup wingers for our two starters, Rob Hall and Hakeeb Adelakun. So if we have a quick look at our schedule, you'll see in the meantime we have had 2 wins. A convincing 3-1 win over Crewe, where we went 3-0 up in the first 19 minutes before being pegged back in the second half, although I had made a couple of changes. Rob Hall picked up a slight knock, but was back in time for the Carlisle game. And the second game in a 1-0 win over Carlisle, where Lavery got the winner, and Max Power unfortunately missed a penalty, didn't have the best game, but we still held out for the win. So if we have a quick look, you see Rob Hall, our left winger, with 2 goals, Lavery with 2 as well, the striker, and our right winger with 1 as well. So the goals coming from the places you want them to come from. No goals from the midfield yet, but that might change in this game against Cheltenham. If we have a quick look at the table, you'll see we are in 3rd in the automatic promotion places at the moment, whereas Cheltenham yet to win in 22nd. So you'll hope that we will both keep our runs going and pick up the win here. We have to give numbers to our 2 new signings. So Sean Goss can get number 20, Ryan Hedges can get number 22, and let's get right into the match. So 20 minutes here with no highlights, and we have gone attacking as we get a corner. Power with it down to Tafazoli and Hakeeb Adelakun. I say his name differently every time because I'm awful at pronouncing names. But what a finish that was from the outside of the area. We're just going to slow this down a little bit. Tafazoli gets it down, and the net there going I think that's the definition of a net buster. What a goal by Hakib, breaking the net. And we go 1-0 up against Cheltenham as we get another highlight here. Williams has it now, playing with Hakib and into Max Power, and we have our first midfield goal of the season from Max Power, the former Wigan man. We can put the speed back up here for this one. But Roshan Williams and Adelakun exchanging passes here, slotting it through to Max Power, who first time into the back of the net, past the Cheltenham keeper. Didn't see who it is. Let's have a look. Flat in the Cheltenham goal as Cheltenham waste the possession there. We go 2-0 up. 2 quick fire goals around the 20-minute mark, and we look to be on top of this match here as the Cheltenham defender, or defensive mid by the looks of it, picks up a knock there. Power comes forward again but tackled, and Cheltenham will look to clear their lines. Not a good clearance though. It's Hakib again, and it's 3-0 to Brexit FC with 3 shots on target. Another great goal by Adelakun right in that same corner. Pal here, Dalling's on the ball. It's a poor clearance straight to Hakib, controls it, blasts it in that top corner, and Brexit FC go 3-0 up. We have another highlight here, another corner from Power, cleared by Davey. It's back to Power, out to Upson on the edge of the area. Upson drives it through, takes a deflection there, by the looks of it off Winchester, and Ed Upson gets himself a goal. We see here Davey clears it. It's a decent clearance. The number 12 there can't get on the end of it. Power plays it back into Upson, who smashes it first time. The keeper had it covered, but Winchester sticks his foot out and diverts it into his own net. That probably should have been down as an own goal. And we come forward again here with Power again into Lavery. He wants it on the action. Backheels it to Gleeson, and Gleeson, that same corner, we've got another one. And it's 5-0 inside the first 40 minutes here in Boston, and we are running riot. Lavery with a lovely backheel assist to Gleeson, who first time on the left foot. And I mentioned how we hadn't had a goal from our midfield, and now all 3 of them have grabbed a goal here in this first half against Cheltenham. And I think we can be very happy about this as they come forward just before half time. A good save by Lewis Price, standing tall. Although Cheltenham, can they do something from the corner? Can they get a goal back? It's Winchester's going to take it, the man who knocked Upson's in. Williams clears, and now Hall potentially on the counter-attack. It's Hall and Adelakun up top. Adelakun's got it, goes wide, tries to go back in, tackle, but Hall's got it again, plays a ball in, no one in there. Back out to Upson, and then Hall's got it again. Forsyth, can he put a good ball in? No. That is the end of the highlight, and by the looks of it, the end of the half. And a phenomenal first half for us. Nothing really happened in the first 20 minutes. I was about to make changes, we got off first. And then as you see, the 20th, 22nd and 24th minute, followed by goals in the 35th and 37th minute, mean that we are well on top in this match. I'm going to tell the guys, very pleased with the performance, keep it up. As we'll have a quick look at our tactics. Nobody here really too tired. We have Shea Facey finally back from his injury. He might come on in the latter stages of the match just to try and get some fitness back up. And we have Ryan Hedges, a bit low on his condition, so probably won't make it onto the pitch. But we might see a debut for Sean Goss in the centre of midfield, and potentially have Adam Henley come on in defence for his debut as well. But for now, we'll just start the second half as we were. So while we have a bit of a break in the play here, I feel like now is a good time to mention that this first season in League 2, I am expecting to be slightly easier. Wasn't expecting 5-0s every match, but I was expecting maybe to sort of only struggle against some of the top teams in the division. We are definitely the probably the best team in the division. We have a lot of League 1 calibre players that we've managed to bring in. Just due to our reputation, and we have easily spent the most money in the division, although we have had to build the entire team. So you would expect that, as nothing's happened at all in this second half. I've just talked throughout the entirety of it, except Upson has a free kick very close there, by Ed Upson. But yeah, so this first season will be probably gone through quite quickly, or I'll come back every maybe like once every month or two, just to give updates and to show a game on the video. But other than that, we'll be looking to get through this first season quite quickly and into the second season, where hopefully we will be promoted to League One, and we'll finally have some cup competitions as well, because we've got no cups in this first season. Did forget to enter us into those, and I'd put slightly too many hours in before I checked. But the game's over here. A lovely 5-0 win over Cheltenham. No goals in the second half, a very boring second half, but the first half more than making up for it. And we are very pleased with that performance from the guys. So Gleeson scoring on his debut, Upson and Max Power getting their first goals of the season as well, and Hakib Adelakun getting 2. I believe now our top goal scorer with 3, and Rob Hall on Lavery both on 2. And then obviously the 3 midfielders on 1 apiece. So if we take a quick look at the table at the end of this episode, we are currently sat in second with a positive 8 goal difference, the best goal difference in the league. We've scored 10 goals, conceded 2, so scored the most by just 1 over Coventry. They stuck 4 past Yeovil, and they've stuck 2 past Cambridge and Barnet. And we do have only 2 goals conceded. Lincoln only bettering us with the 1 they conceded against Coventry. So happy with a good first episode, unbeaten so far, highest goal scorers in the league, and it looks like we've got ourselves a potent attack here at Brexit FC. But that'll be all for this episode. Thank you everyone for watching episode 1 of Brexit FC, and I hope to see you soon for episode 2.